Access to digital technologies for persons with disabilities and other vulnerable groups in Ghana has become a major concern for stakeholders in the space. With over 15,000 registered visually impaired persons with the Ghana Blind Association and some 260,000 deaf individuals, the issue of digital inclusion remains topical. The intersection of gender and disability, especially in rural areas, according to senior lecturer at the Department of Social Work at the University of Ghana, Dr. Augustina Nami, makes it more worrying. She cites affordability and accessibility of digital technologies as a major bottleneck.
Most of the digital communication platforms are not accessible for persons with disabilities. Usually, I even want to start by saying that not many persons with disabilities can afford a smartphone. Because there is a lot of evidence out there that persons with disabilities are overrepresented among the poor. And even when they have the device, the challenge has to do with access to the digital products and services.
Aside millions of applications and websites for modern gadgets not being user-friendly to these groups, President for STEM Network, Joshua Opoku-Agyeman, says successive governments have failed to put in place a deliberate policy that captures digital rights, accessibility and inclusion of persons with disability and other marginalized groups in the country.
Here's a case when there's a change in governments. Those who started that conversation, bringing people together, it's not been able to be held to sustain and implement. So AI now brings us back to where we just started, because new administration would also carry a new group of stakeholders to implement something similar instead of probably building upon what had been started.
Touching on the theme, fostering rights and inclusion in the digital age, Communications Manager for Paradigms Initiative, Judith Ogotu, emphasized the need for government and stakeholders to pay critical attention to emerging issues including online gender-based violence and digital security.
Some of the emerging issues have been like online gender-based violence. So you find that that is an issue that has been emerging, but the good thing is that there's been a lot of awareness on, as a woman, what is it that you need to do online to protect yourself? What are the dangers that you're likely to face? Another thing that is also very critical is digital security. You find that a lot of people are not aware of what digital security really entails. You share your password the way you want it, have a very short password, or have a password that can easily be hacked and cracked into.
Executive Director for the Inclusive Tech Group, Dr. Millicent Anangeba, used the opportunity to call on the government to support efforts of mentoring persons with disability and funding.
Once we're talking about digital inclusion, yes, it means that in designing solutions and technological innovations, persons with disabilities should be involved. We have to have the co-creation value for it. And so we want to appeal for more funds, more support, so that when these ideas come up, we are able to implement to the latter and even begin on a small scale to contextualize some of these ideas.
The Digital Rights and Inclusion Forum brought together over 400 participants drawn from 61 countries across the globe.